Okay, so the other thing I wanted to talk about was in the Augmoments of time. We had the augmental idea of Wayfinder missions. Basically, if Niantic can identify a location that is lacking points of interest, like they'll see, okay, this area has a park or a playground in there, but no one has submitted anything because currently there's no reason for players to go there.
Exactly.
Because there's no Pokestops, there's no gyms, and you can't see Pokemon spawns on the map because there aren't any identifiers for you to look at. And unless they were to do a Ingress type map, an Intel map, that tells you that there's things going on there.
That's how it used to be.
No, those were illegal.
Oh.
But
whoops.
Well, that's the thing. They had those maps were employed by hundreds of spoofers collecting information over certain areas, and they were actually some of them were actually leeching onto the map, the servers in general for Pokemon Go.
Well, they would know how long it was going to be there and how much time and all that.
Yeah, they were doing some things that were messing with code, so there's not exact information on the way you can figure it out. Usually, I think right now the way that they figure it out is they have data collecting bots hooked up to spoofers' accounts and other stuff, bot accounts, that will monitor that Pokemon when it appeared in that location, how long that location usually lasts there, and then how long would be left on there. So there's a few factors that it's more work than necessary. Don't use them. It's general bad stuff because it gives players an unfair advantage. Because you then have to start using other applications or other devices, and it destroys the fun and the exploring nature of the game.
There it is. I gotta go get it.
But when it comes to the Wayfinder missions, or having a map of sorts that say that there's a park there that players should investigate, that incentivizes players to actually go out and explore without the need for an immediate reward.
Well, my thing is, there's researches where I've been stuck on for how long because you can't find a Ditto. So where's my Ditto tracker?
It's your buddy.
Yeah, it'll tell you if it's a Ditto, but
the odds are you just got to capture everything you can. When it comes to Ditto, you actually there's certain Pokemon that can actually be it, and basically the easiest way you can figure it out, that's if you know all the shinies, the ones that don't have a shiny can be Ditto if they are a common type Pokemon. So like Pidove, Paris,
I've never even catch some
Spearow.
things. I just look over them. Maybe I should start catching them.
Bro. That's why you haven't caught a Ditto.
Yeah.
I caught one the other day. I was just catching a bunch of things. The odds are, Dittos often have a low flee chance, but they have a high fight back chance. So if a Pokemon that usually if a Pokemon is tougher to catch than normal, then it might be a Ditto. Also, a weird fact if you ever see Paris on the map, because it's like the first stage of like a parasite infecting it, because it's parasite, that's the breakdown of it, and then parasect is like it's full on zombified.
Yeah.
If you watch Paris on the map, the eyes will follow you as you turn the screen.
Well, geez, thanks.
Yeah, it's freaky. Duskull will do the same. Like, if you zoom in, you can actually see, like, the one eye going from side to side watching you. Yeah.
Metronome.
Mm-hmm. But the...
Aha! Metronome.
Yeah.
Is that in Pokemon Go?
Yeah. But it doesn't
It
doesn't have the same effects.
It isn't like the Nintendo 64 metronome where you don't know what move is going to get used.
No, that's still in the game. That it's just completely random, but
Like you would get a thunder, you get a surf, ice beam, or anything.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, it's still completely random, but Pokemon Go, it's just like a base normal move or a fairy move. I can't recall exactly. They can only do so much.
I'm not going to get a flamethrower.
No. That would be crazy for PvP. Niantic, you listening? Maybe.
Metronome. Come on, bring it back.
But no, what Niantic's doing with the Wayfinder event in South Korea is basically incentivizing players to actually go out and submit points of interest through Wayfarer so that they can actually add in other points of interest to a underdeveloped Wayfinder area.
Just like how we got to get the perk.
Yeah. There's other bonuses as well. They get a research task as a reward, I guess. Or it's like they probably unlock extra steps in a special research for each location that they submit, whether it's approved or rejected. Which, honestly, well, I guess it's okay. That 1,000 people will just submit one point of interest. Yeah, if there's some type of bug, they'll figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
They'll figure it out. But that could be them just stress testing out the system in that area. Also making sure that players actually get out and try and explore.
Mm-hmm.
But what else am I saying here? But I think that's what Niantic needs to do in means of adding more points of interest into like some national parks or other places of interest. Because certain nests are nests, but without any more Pokestops added to it, it doesn't fully become a good enough nest for players to visit.
Exactly.
Like there was a park on Sharp Street that had like one Pokestop in there. And then I was like, there's only one Pokestop. But there's like 15 things in here. So let me go in, I'll add that,
no, you're
I'll
supposed
add that,
to be,
I'll add in that,
You're supposed
I'll
to
add
be
that.
doing our park.
We're talking like a year ago.
Oh. Like
I just switched over to switching over that general area. And I haven't even been doing it that much. Because
we're at 13.
my cell phone connection always died in that general area. So I couldn't play.
Well, I'll just have to connect you to my hotspot.
Yeah, that could be a possibility. But once the weather breaks and it's actually nice out, we'll be out more doing stuff like that. And maybe we'll do some walk and talks and it won't just be us roasting a fire. So that way we can be healthy and hang out.
Healthy?
Yeah. It helps, but also a nice thing that we like to do with the nature walks is you get the sounds of all the birds and the rustling of the leaves, stuff like that. So it has a nice feel and aesthetic to the podcast. Plus, it's easy video sometimes. So. Yep. And it's a lot more interesting than us just sitting here, just chatting.
Chestnuts roasting.
You don't need to mansplain it to me. Just close your legs.
On open fire.
But I guess we'll call the episode here for now.
Until next time.
Remember, everyone, good balls, good calls, good luck. Stay augmented, my friends. We'll catch you in the next one.
Will I be here? Will I not?
You better be. We'll see. At the moment, no one can really dethrone you, so. Except maybe Louie.
Yeah, you're going to have Tara dethrone me.
You're right.
Once she gets you